I think the concept you're looking for is fraternity. And what is fraternity? Right? And I think this is what's lacking in modern men, is fraternity. Understandably so. That's because men are isolated and they're weak. And I think, in my humble opinion, fraternity is born of strength. First you're strong and then you want to be stronger. And you understand that as a man, in order to be stronger, you need a fraternity. I doubt that it was like this sometime before, but today it's like this because your average guy is confused, watches television, gets his mind all messed up. And most of the modern men think that manhood is to be an island unto yourself, to be able to do everything on your own. And I think this is a mistake. It's not a mistake. I don't think it is a mistake, because how is it that as an individual you can be the master of everything at the same time? It's impossible. Anything worth studying or mastering takes a whole lifetime. How is it that if I focus exclusively on this, let's say medicine for example, or any art form, how is it that I become absolute in all of it, in all its nuances? And every field has if we go back to medicine, in medicine you have surgery, then there's different parts of surgery, then there's the anesthesia, different kinds of anesthesia. You don't have time to figure everything out. Why would you? So if you become an expert at something, that means you're striving for excellence. The next thing you know you're looking for is fraternity. That means other people are excellent at whatever they're doing. And there needs to be a common ideological foundation for it to really work. What's your religion? The same religion. I don't want to say religion in the sense, it's not about religion, it's an ideological foundation that binds people. So fraternities, for example, if you're in Freemasonry, you go there, you go through a certain process, you go through rites of initiation. There's something that connects you to the other guys. Something that is deeper than just a casual conversation, or we play hockey together, or we go to the same gym, or we're in the same office building. No, it's like, because Freemasonry at the essence is an ideological belief, a way of understanding reality. So there's a connection. And when you go there, you willingly go there. It's not, I'm born as a Christian, maybe I believe or I don't. No, I'm willingly putting myself through this process. I'm willingly registering. I'm willingly participating. I willingly go to the lodge on a monthly basis. There's an effort. So I make a choice. And I willingly want to study to become a good Freemason, or get to understand how it works and acquire the knowledge and apply it in my life, right? So there's something that ties you to the other brothers. That's why there's somebody, your brother. And it's a special feeling. It really is. You can see a Freemason anywhere. Let's say they're wearing a ring and whatnot. The moment you see him, you have a link. There's an initiatic process to it, obviously. But initiation is a big word, it's a big conversation. But there's a link. You know something that he knows that your average person will not know. And there's something that connects you. So anyways, I digressed. But the point of what I'm trying to say is, in order for men to have relations that are sane, healthy, non-homosexualized, if you understand what I'm trying to say, not with this weakness sucking, let me suck off of you kind of bullshit. First, as a man, you need to strive for excellence. You need to know enough who you are, have your support system to go towards what you want to achieve, develop yourself, build yourself, and from that place you want to interact with other men to complement you. And that's why sports are awesome. I think also sports are a beautiful analogy for life. I may be Tom Brady, and I may be technically the best, but who cares? If I don't have the best linesman on the left, the best linesman on the right, the best centerman, my Tom Brady-ness is worth nothing. So the fraternity enters, the connection between the men enters from at that level. Now, amongst these men who are all striving to be excellent and who all, in other words, are like fingers of a hand, need to come together to become a hand, yeah, there are different characters, different personalities, and some are naturally leaders. Yeah, but That's just a trait. The fact that I'm a leader doesn't make that the centerman is inferior to me, or that he doesn't have to be excellent or the best at what he does. You understand what I mean? So it's that journey towards mastership that allows men to interact with other men. But as a man who goes towards mastership, you will not find many men who are interested in mastership, or many men who are interested in this kind of mastership you're looking for. And again, we stress this, and I think you're starting to get used to this. The modern man today is seeking mastership in his masturbation skills, in his video selection skills. I'm fucking around, but, right? Or things that are small. And this may come out as disrespect, but it's not. I use jiu-jitsu very often as an example. For people who do jiu-jitsu, it's important. But it's so small in the big picture. So the bigger the picture, the more what you're doing or what you're devoting yourself to as a master, as a craft is big, the more those who are playing in it are connected at a deeper level. Although a person who does jiu-jitsu, for example, really thinks that this is studying life. He's studying a layer of life. And he has principles that apply everywhere, but come on, dude, you stop, okay? So if you study something that's more profound, or it's a bigger science, and there's you're looking for a deeper level of mastership over life, over yourself, at a deeper aspect of yourself. The brothers you're going to meet are also so much more profound than your average person, and the connection is so much tighter. And a man who's not seeking perfection, well, it's like a flower not blooming. So what the fuck is it doing? What's its purpose? So a man who's not trying to bloom, I didn't say overshadow other people and crush them. That's another conversation. That's another thing. No, I'm just coming into yourself, actualizing yourself in your full potential. It sounds so cliche nowadays, man. Even just saying this annoys me nowadays, because this is like Instagram, everybody's actualizing themselves. And like, yeah, okay. So that's why I don't want to talk about those things. But I want to answer your question. It's like, well, how is it that men can interact with one another in a healthy space? Well, if you as a man are looking to improve and to perfect yourself genuinely, then your way of interacting with other people is different, because you don't want to suck. That gay shit comes from sucking. You have a lack, and instead of looking at your flaws or your weaknesses and like building them and perfecting them, you're going to go off and suck from somebody, or secretly try to overpower him by fucking him up his ass. Right? Well, that's why relationships are unhealthy, and men have a hard time to trust one another. Yeah, because there's a lot of that shit. But let's say you're sincere with yourself. Well, you'll find yourself sooner or later in such a group, because you need support. You need other people who are excellent at whatever they're doing, so that you can accomplish more. And it shatters that fantasy of weak men who think that they're men unto their own and they don't need nobody. I'm like, what? It's not a question I need somebody or I don't. It's how far do I want to go? So again, you see the weakness in mind and the flaw in thinking in weak men. They're not interested in going far. Well, that's it, because you're not looking to bloom, dare I say, actualize your full potential. Now, the question is, what is one's full potential? In order to understand what is our true potential, one has to ask, well, who am I? In order for me to bloom or actualize my full potential, I need to know what I am in order for that to come into itself, right? We've covered this in other videos. We can do it in more depth some other time, but I guess I answered your question.